सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां बाहुद्वन्द्वेन रत्नोज्ज्वलवलय भृता शोणपाणिप्रवाळेनोपाता वेणुनाळी प्रसृतनखमयूखाङ्गुली सङ्गशारा कृत्वा वक्त्रारविन्दे सुमधुरविकसद् रागमुद्भाव्य मानैः शब्दब्रह्मामृतैः त्वं शिशिरितभुवनैः सिञ्च मे कर्णवीथि
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all Nastikas. We have been discussing the greatness of the Guru and Vayu, which was attached to Guruvayu, and thereby in the Kshetram of Guruvayu is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. His Rupam has been discussed in detail, and also the features of Bhaktiyoga, Gyanayoga, Karmayoga has been discussed. Bhaṭṭatiri continues this discussion. Atyāyasakarāṇī karma patalānācharya niryanmalaha bodhe bhakti pathe tavapyuchitatam āyanti kintavata klishva tarka pathe parantavavapur brahmakhyamanye punaha chittadrattvamrite vichintya bahubhihi siddhyanti janmantaraihi acharya atyāyasakarāṇī. It is so surprising that one has to perform laborious job, very hard-working job. See, I'll tell you, the easiest is speaking, which I am doing. A lot of you will be working extremely hard. So, this is a laborious job. I'm sure a lot of us have desk jobs. A lot of them have field jobs. A lot of them who do their work for their livelihood have physical jobs. So, in the sense, they have to do the laborious job. So he says, Atyāyasakarāṇī, that which is very laborious, karma patalāni niryanmalaha. So all these things, laborious jobs, what does he denote by it? He relates it to Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, there have been prescribed duties. There have been prescribed yagas. Karma patalāni niryanmalaha. There are so many austerities. Tapasya that one needs to take. Āyanti uchitatam. They acquire the fitness thereby to pursue bodhe athava bhakti pathe. So, either after that they choose the path of knowledge, or which is Jnana Yoga, or bhakti pathe. Then they choose Bhakti Yoga. What is he saying? So, he gives a step-by-step process. So, he says Karma Yoga, laborious job, austerities, yagas, and so on and so forth, that may lead you to Jnana Yoga, and Jnana Yoga will lead you to Bhakti Yoga, or Karma Yoga will itself lead you to Bhakti Yoga. In either case, he says, Bodhe athava Bhakti pate api tavata kim, He says, but what use is that? So you do Karma Yoga, then you go to Jnana Yoga and then Bhakti Yoga, or Karma Yoga and then to Bhakti Yoga. He says there is a problem here. What he says is, Anye Punaha Param Krishtva. So this Karma Yoga itself will be so intense that it will do its job of cleansing your mind. But over and beyond that, if your Janma gets over, the next Janma you may not even have knowledge of Karma Yoga. So you will not end up taking Karma Yoga, thereby leading to Bhakti Yoga. The point is, Karma Yoga in itself is so laborious that it may not exactly lead you to Bhakti Yoga in the very Janma, in that very same Janma. So he says, Tarka Pathe. Okay, now let's assume we go to Jnana Yoga. You may be caught in that Jnana Yoga path itself, Tarka Pathe, because all your knowledge goes in reasoning and not relishing Bhagavan. Tarka Pathe. Rite chittadratvam. So he says, without the tenderness of heart, without that compassion in oneself, a person starts doing Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, and automatically, if it leads to Bhakti Yoga also, how will that compassion come? You should have a Shringaram, a Bhakti, that love, that Bhaktischa Jnana Visheshaha towards Bhagavan. Rite chittadratvam vichintya tava brahmakhyam vapuhu. So meditating on your Brahman form, on your form which is a repository of all auspicious attributes, siddhyanti bahubihi janmantaraihi. They may attain moksham in this janma or the next few janmas. Remember this, Bhaktiyoga grants moksham. But Bhakti Yoga need not grant moksham in the same janma. So it may so happen that a lot of time goes consumed in the Karma Yoga and the Jivatma leaves. In some cases, Karma Yoga is performed and leads to Jnana Yoga, the Jivatma leads. Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga are performed and that leads to Bhakti Yoga. At the beginning of Karma Yoga, the Jivatma leaves. In any case, there is no moksham because Karma Yoga in itself cannot grant moksham. Jnana Yoga in itself cannot grant moksham. Bhakti Yoga can. But Bhakti Yoga should undergo 3 steps. Parabhakti, Parajnana, Paramabhakti. So in such a scenario, Vichintya Tava Brahmakhyam Vapuhu. Isn't it much easier, Bhagavan, as I perform my karma, as I understand Jnana Yoga, I also start meditating upon your flawless great form of Brahman Paramatma, Siddhyanti Bahuvihi Janvantaraihi. Thereby, I may get moksham in this Janma or I may get in the Iha Janmas, in other Janmas, Bhaṭṭatiri asks. So it's a very philosophical question that Bhaṭṭatiri poses towards Bhagavan. Then he does not ridicule Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. He says more than the 2, Bhakti Yoga is suitable. See, Karma Yoga is required. Jnana Yoga is required. I'll tell you how. Let us take a piece of cloth. I want to dye it in blue in color. Cloth has to be dyed in blue color. Now, how will I dye? First, I have to dip it in blue color. No, I have to see the cloth. If it is dirty, I want to dye a piece of cloth in blue color. But this cloth which I want to dye is dirty. First, I have to wash it. So as I wash it in clean waters, the dirt goes away. Then I dry it. Then I dip it in the blue dye. It will catch itself very well. Similarly, our minds and body and heart are full of blemishes and mistakes. So they have to be cleansed using Karma Yoga. And then when they are dried, which means where they have been seasoned as per Jnana Yoga, then they are fit to be dyed. The dyed equally understanding is we have to cherish and be immersed in Bhakti Yoga. So Karma, Jnana, Bhakti is what our Acharya state. So here it is, Ayi Vibho Tvad Bhakti Tu Jayati. So this particular shloka describes Bhaṭṭatiri's concluding statement in this particular Daśhakaṃ. Tvad Bhaktistu Kathara Samrita Jhari Nirmajjanena Swayam Siddhyanti Vimala Prabodha Padavim Akleshatastanvati Sadhya Siddhikari Jayatyai Vibho Saivastu Metvat Pada Prema Praudhi Rasadrata Drutataram Vatalayadhishwara. Ayi Vibho, O the one who's pervading everywhere, Tvad Bhaktihi Tu Jayati. devotion to you always helps triumph. Swayam siddhyanti, being self-destructive. See, the point is, Bhakti Yoga towards Bhagavan doesn't negate Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga. It says Karma Yoga in itself cannot be the upayam to reach Bhagavan. Jnana Yoga in itself cannot be the upayam to reach Bhagavan. Both are required, like how a vehicle uses two chakras, two wheels to go. Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga are two wheels for the vehicle called Bhakti Yoga to run. So both yogas are important. But where do you sit? Inside the bus. So the sadhik person, the sadhana person, travels within the bus with Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga as Angam. So he says, Ayi Vibho, Tvad Bhaktihi tu Jayati. Your path, the devotion path to you always triumphs over the other. Swayam Siddhyanti. So it is very self-generate. Katha Rasa Amrita Jhari Nirmajjanena, by submerging oneself in the nectarine river. In the nectarine river. Rasa Amrita Jhari Nirmajjanena. So what should I get immersed in? To understand all the interesting avatars that are associated with you. They say get immersed. Where should I get immersed? In Kaveri, Mississippi, Ganga, Brahmaputra, where? In the river of Krishnanubhavam, of Narayananubhavam, of Nrisimhanubhavam, of Ramanubhavam. All his avatars, they run like beautiful rivers. In that I have to get immersed. Katha Rasa Amrita Jhari Nirbajjanena. So Vedanta Deshika says, Yakashiti na chakashiti bhuvisa yodhyeti nadhyasyate sa avantiti kalmasha tavadisa kanchiti nodajjati dhatte sa madhuretti nottamadhuram nanya pimanya puri ya vaikuntha katharasamrita bhujam. Those of them who engage themselves in the stories of Bhagavan, ya vaikuntha katha rasa amrita bhujam. Look at this. Katha rasa amrita jhari nirpajjanena. Getting immersed in the interesting tellings of Bhagavan's avatar. Tanvati akleshataha. Then, without any effort. See, when you have to listen, what you have to do, you have to keep your ears open. Should you open them? Bhagavan has made it very clear. He has kept the ears open for us. I don't have to tell one person, keep your ears open. The ears are already open. All that we have to do is to listen. Tanvati akleshataha vimala prabodha padavim. That which is a state of vimala prabodha, taintless, blemishless knowledge. Asaram, alpasaram cha, saram, sarataram tyaje. Asara vishayam, don't listen. Alpasaram, don't listen. Saran, avoid. Sarataram, better saram, avoid. Saratamam, the best of saram, the best of quintessential knowledge should be acquired. Vimala, prabodha, padavim, sadhyaha siddhikari. That knowledge which will guarantee you moksha. See, for example, I know that the camera which is facing me is made by a certain company. Imagine that is the knowledge I have. What use of it is to me for my jivatma uddharanam? It will not give me moksham. For example, if someone says, you have got moksham, you know why? Because you know the name of the company which made your camera. That will not give me moksham. So I have to be very clear what knowledge grants me moksham. So he says, Sadhyaha siddhikari. Concentrate on that knowledge which grants you moksham. Tanvati akleshataha. Without any effort. Katharasa amrita jhari nirbajjanena. You will be immersed in the anubhavam of Bhagavan. That state will be very cherished. Then he says, Hey, Vatalayadhishvara. Vatalaya means the one who stays in Vayupuri, Guru Vayupuri. Vatalayadhishvara. Hey Bhagavan who stays in Guruvayur as Sri Krishna. Hey Vatalayadhishvara. May Drutataram astu. Very soon, Drutataram may astu. I have to accomplish. What should I accomplish? Sa Tvat Pada Prema Praudhi Rasadrata Eva. I have to have an anubhavam of the tenderness of heart born out of intense love towards your feet. So I should have that anubhavam towards you, tenderness of the heart born out of intense love towards your lotus feet. So this is the understanding that Bhaṭṭatiri has that I should have bhakti, Bhaktiyoga, where I have anubhavam of all your kathas towards you, and this will grant me moksham. So Bhaṭṭatiri concludes Daśhakaṃ 2 with the greatness of Bhaktiyoga that an upasaka should have towards paramatma.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते. नारायण 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 नारायण